you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. The sub of the day from Subway in Boulder City and the Walmart in Lincolnton.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincolnton. No matter where you live, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincolnton can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill-up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company, 1404 East Main Street in Lincolnton. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill her up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincolnton.
'Cause I saddle up my horse and I...
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger businesses with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boulder City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
We make a joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football teams on Friday nights and our favorite college teams on Saturday. The family of faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church would like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise for the Lord on Sundays. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincolnton on Madison Street, just on Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to high school basketball coverage on WLON 1050 AM, presented by Ronaldo Automall. I'm Evan Ludwig, being joined alongside Ken Link as we are here tonight at East Lincoln High School. You're currently listening to the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium pregame show as we're getting ready for the Maiden Blue Devils to take on the East Lincoln Mustangs. And Ken, with about a week remaining after this, 2 games after this, looks like East Lincoln, all they have to do is just win out, and they control their own destiny in terms of winning the regular season conference tournament.
Yeah, and if you look at their schedule the rest of the way, this may be the toughest game they've got left against Maiden tonight. Maiden is third in the conference with 7-4 overall record, and I know they play good fundamental basketball, but East Lincoln's been on a tear lately. They've won 10 in a row, and they're really playing good basketball.
Well, ever since that loss to Mallard Creek in the finals of the Christmas tournament that they have here at East Lincoln, the Winter Jam, East Lincoln hasn't even lost a game, and they haven't really had any close games. And you speak about that they've been on the tear. The only relatively close game they've had was against this Maiden team back in early January, but it was at Maiden. Now you're playing the game here at East. I mean, it's going to be a tough challenge for this Maiden team tonight.
Yeah, I think it will be. And as I said, East Lincoln has looked better as the season gone on. They've improved. They got Christian Parks now, who was out with a leg injury, and sort of doubtful whether he'd get to play, but he's come back and he's coming off the bench and helping them even more now, so they're looking strong.
Yeah, so, I mean, this East Lincoln team looks like they're starting to hit their stride here in the closing weeks before we get to the conference tournament and, of course, the playoffs, which will be coming up in this month later. As we said, East Lincoln controls their own destiny, but it's not like that in years past, like when they had the Strats, where they had the conference wrapped up by 2 or 3, 4 games in the final week.
Yeah, before they got to the final week. And Lincoln is second in the conference with a 9-2 record, but as I said, Lincoln's got another tough game against Maiden next Friday night, so East Lincoln would have to lose, and I don't see they're going to lose. I just don't see it.
All right, currently going on right now with a little over 5.5 minutes is the girls' game between these two teams. And, of course, this has some implications on the girls' side of things as well, as East Lincoln trailing Maiden 64-47 midway through the fourth quarter. Looking at this, Maiden only has 1 loss on the conference record, and that is to Lincolnton back a couple weeks ago. Lincolnton's in second. East Lincoln's in fourth. They're tied. They're losing the tiebreaker right now. I mean, East Lincoln going into this final week, they're at 7-4. The team below them, Newton Conover's right now at 4-5. So it looks like East Lincoln, at the very least, is going to finish fourth, but they're wanting to try to move up, and tonight's unfortunately not helping.
Yeah, and one of the other games tonight is Lincoln at Lake Norman Charter, and if Lincoln beats Lake Norman Charter, that could help East Lincoln a little bit. But that's going to be a tough game for Lincoln at Lake Norman Charter tonight.
Yeah, this Lake Norman Charter still hasn't been the same team as of years past, but they're still a pretty darn good one. Of course, the girls are playing, and Lincolnton and Lake Norman Charter are tied, or actually Lake Norman Charter's in third, tied with East Lincoln, and Lincolnton's in sole possession of second place right now. As if things hold up throughout this next week, we could see a fight for who wins the regular season conference tournament, because if Lincolnton were to beat Maiden next week in girls basketball, they would win outright because they beat Maiden both times.
Yeah, Maiden's only loss in the conference was to Lincolnton, but this Maiden girls team really look impressive tonight here as I've watched them the last 3 quarters.
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy. They lost their best player last year due to graduation, Grace Canella, and they haven't missed a beat. They're pretty tall for girls, have a lot of size, and usually you don't see that for a lot of girls teams, but this Maiden team definitely does have a lot of size down low in terms of height.
And they impress me at how well they all handle the ball and pass it. They'll find that open person, and they're good shooters, and they just look like 5 good fundamental ball players on the court. They really share the basketball well.
Yeah, and they're doing a pretty good job of shutting down Destiny Johnson here in this second half. They kind of realize that's the nucleus of East Lincoln, is trying to shut down Destiny Johnson.
Yeah, it's pretty good strategy. Is try to slow her down and make the rest of the players beat you. And a team as good as Maiden, that's difficult for East Lincoln to do.
Yeah, currently the score of 3:50 remaining. Maiden 68, East Lincoln 49. Make that Maiden 70. Or no, that was it's 68-51 now. They've got it over 50 points, and now they turn it over. So take a miracle at this point for East Lincoln to come back and win. But they still are probably going to make the playoffs. The top 4 teams at least are going to make the playoffs in girls basketball. Looking at Newton, they are close. They're hovering around 500, and so is North Lincoln. They are going to be real close. But, of course, conference record comes into play, and that'll be interesting seeing what happens with those teams. Well, we have a good feeling that at least 4 teams in the girls' South Fork are going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, it looks that way.
So that's what it looks like in girls' basketball. All right, we're going to take a real quick timeout, and we'll be right back to continue our pregame coverage. Talk a little bit about this Maiden team, as this is the second time we've covered them all year. The first one was a diaper dandy, as they lost a close one to Lincolnton a couple weeks back. We'll be right back here on the Ronaldo Auto Mall Game of the Week on WLON 1050 AM.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look. CKDKDS Macron. Oh,
yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now's the best time to one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vail.
When Auto Owners Insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that's changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. By teaming up with independent agents, we've made a difference for generations of customers, and will for generations to come. And by making a difference every day, 100 years seem to go by in a flash.
Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Call 828-428-8231.
'Cause I saddle up my horse.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over those years, and oh yeah, how many double bogeys too. Whether it's a birdie, par, or bogey, you'll love the Glen Oaks Golf Club. It's open to everyone. Visit the beautiful pro shop with driving range, snack bar, banquet facility, bar, picnic, shelter, and swimming pool. Great for group outings. Reserve your tee time by calling 828-428-2451 or visit the website at glenoaksgolf.com.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years. And how it will be for generations to come.
Your local auto owners insurance agency is East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-3243.
Every morning is different for everybody. Nate gets up for the early shift, while Brad is just getting home from the night shift. Pam runs a PR and a 5K, while Drew runs late to work. Beth proposes a road trip to her boyfriend, while Mark proposes to his girlfriend. Luckily, there's a McDonald's for every morning.
Start your morning with a rich, smooth, and freshly brewed McCafe coffee. And now, get any size for just $1 at McDonald's. Limited time offer. Price of participation may vary. A la carte only.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for, serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burke, Caldwell, and Cleveland County. Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
Shuttle service to the Charlotte Airport is now available from Specialized Transport.
'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride into the city.
And back here at East Lincoln High School, you're currently listening to the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium pregame show. Of course, it's a broadcast of Ronaldo Auto Mall in Shelby. And currently in the girls' game, got a little over 2 minutes remaining. Girls of Maiden are leading 68-52 over East Lincoln. And Ken, we haven't. This Maiden team's kind of been an under-the-radar team, but every coach in this conference and everyone that kind of follows this conference knows that this Maiden team is not something to mess with and take lightly, as we saw a couple weeks back when they went against Lincoln, and Lincoln almost lost to them at home. I mean, this Maiden team, it could be a dark horse pick to win the conference tournament in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them play. I listened to some of that game. I haven't seen them in person, but it sounds like they play good fundamental basketball.
And got guys like Taylor McDaniel as a point guard, Josh Coulter, and they were really the first team we saw that really took it to Lincoln and got them in trouble in this conference. Of course, we've now seen East Lincoln just completely stifle.
Yeah, so I watched that game.
Yeah, so I mean, but we know Maiden's capable of hanging toe-to-toe with some of these teams like East Lincoln and Lincoln. It's just if they can close the deal and get the game and win the game. That's the question.
If I remember correctly in that Maiden-Lincoln game, Lincoln jumped out to an early lead, and I thought, man, they're going to blow them out. But Maiden came back, and it was back and forth the whole game, and Maiden had the lead, and it was close all the way to the end.
Yeah, Maiden also has a lot of tall, lanky guys that can go inside, but unfortunately, I don't think they're as physical as guys like Sidney Dollar or KB McClendon. That's going to be a tough matchup for them tonight down low at the rim.
And Dollar is really playing excellent basketball this last half of the season. He's doing it on both ends, and really is the key, I think, in the East Lincoln offense.
Well, and I think people got to realize that maybe wondering why he's really coming in late in the season. People need to realize that he missed the whole football season due to injury, so kind of took him a little bit to get his feet wet. The team's different. He doesn't have his brother around anymore. And you got another tall guy and KB McClendon, big physical guy down low to help him out. So, I mean, they weren't relying on him as much. He was still averaging near double-double, and he's still doing that as of right now. Looking at his stats for Sidney Dollar, he's now gotten his points per game up to 12.6 per game, and he's only 0.1 away from being in a double-double for getting 10 rebounds. So it just shows you how physical he is down low.
And he distributes the ball well on the court as well. So,
yeah, so, I mean, great season for Sidney Dollar. He's finally starting to break out of his shell. And, I mean, he's become the human highlight reel this last week or so with some amazing dunks.
Yeah, I saw that. And they still got McClendon down low that they've had all year to transfer from West Lincoln. And he's 6'4", that's a good size. And I mentioned earlier, Christian Parks is with him now, coming off that leg injury, and he's getting some playing time. That's another 6'3" guy with a good leaping ability that helps him inside.
Yeah, that definitely does help this team. And, also, it provides you some more depth off the bench when you get a guy like Christian Parks back. I was saying that last week, and I think that's big when we talk about the playoffs. What hurt, always go back to this when it comes to depth. That state championship game a couple years back when Sage and Chaz and even Hayden Duggins fouled out, they had no one left on the bench. I mean, he had a Colson Leach, but he wasn't what he is now.
Yeah.
He was, young guy that has barely played in any games that year, and you bring him out wide-eyed like that, he looked like a deer in the headlights. And
here's the other thing. I mean, Parks is important because he could spell both Dollar and McClendon a little bit. And in that first East Lincoln-Lincoln game, Dollar was no factor because he got in foul trouble early and was on the bench most of the game. Now, if he gets in foul trouble, they probably can not depend on him so much, rest him, and have a quality substitute in there.
Yeah, I mean, this East Lincoln team has really been using their bench the last few years. I mean, they don't ask much to do for the point guards because of the talent they have around them. So guys like Ben Zirkle and Alden Horn, they'll mainly be facilitators, move the ball, swing it over, get it inside to the paint. But, if they can ask them to do something, they'll do it. And then they got some quality guys off the bench like Jake Mott, who just has he knows one thing, and that's score. And he scored 10 points last week in their win against North Lincoln. And, this is something that East Lincoln has really built a very good job in the last few years, is really getting a good bench out there, and I think that's a really underrated thing.
And Coach Hancock is using a lot of players. Another player who's really played very well in that game that East Lincoln blew Lincoln out was John Bean. I mean, he was all over the court, and I think he scored about 20 that night. He had a great game that night.
Yeah, he's your 3-and-D type player, guy that you just get that. And, we've seen it in the NBA how much 3-and-D players have become a big factor in today's game, and I think it's starting to show down in high school for a guy like John Bean, who get him in the corner, try to get him to shoot the three. He doesn't have the biggest arm length compared to some other guys in the conference, but he can definitely get the job done, and he's a scrappy young player as well.
He is.
So we're about ending the girls' game, less than 10 seconds left. East Lincoln trying to get one more basket in. Missed a shot, and that'll do it as Maiden gets the rebound. Actually, they take the ball back, and now they get the layup, so that ended. Yeah, that ends it as Maiden continues their dominance in the South Fork 2A Conference, pulling away in the second half, or late in the first half, and they go on to win this one 71-58, as that'll keep East Lincoln in fourth place, and if Lake Norman Charter wins, they will be tied still in girls. So that's the final on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, 71-58. Maiden defeats East Lincoln. We'll be back for continuing coverage of the Carolina Trust Bank pregame show. You're listening to high school basketball on WLON 1050 AM, as it's brought to you by Renato Automall.
It's time to get ready for Christmas at Al Lane Motorsports in Lincoln. Come in now and see the new Can-Am DS70, the Can-Am DS90, and the new Can-Am DSX90, all ready to ride. Also, check out the new Kimco 270. And Al Lane Motorsports is golf carts, totally street legal and ready to roll with a 2-year warranty, starting at $56.99. Fun for the entire family starts at Al Lane Motorsports, Highway 27, east of Lincoln.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, member FDIC. Community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, with 3 offices in Lincoln, also in Gastonia, Denver, Forest City, Hickory, Lake Lure, and Vale. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
'Cause I saddle up my...
Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At Silver Point Homes in Lincoln, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com to learn more or stop by our Lincoln and Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincoln. The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. Campers Inn, family owned and operated since 1966. And this area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain, Highway 161 South at I-85. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family-operated RV dealership with 16 locations on the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more, from the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs at the best prices at Campers Inn, Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn. 2018. That's the year for your new Polaris from Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Check out the 2018 Polaris Slingshot, track ready and street legal and priced at $28,999. And introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger XP 1000. It's more rugged, more refined, it's more Ranger. Trade in and trade up at Full Throttle Power Sports. Exit 22 off I-85 at 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Most of us understand that without daily attention to our teeth and regular visits to the dentist, painful dental conditions and tooth loss would result. Your dog and cat need dental care too. Most dogs and cats need a dental cleaning at least once, if not twice yearly. And know that November is Dental Month at Lincoln Animal Hospital. Now, if you had your teeth cleaned at the dentist and then didn't brush your teeth at home, what kind of shape do you think your teeth and breath would be in? Yuck. See Lincoln Animal Hospital today or call 704-732-0728.
The Start Something New sales event is underway at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Lincoln. Now's the time to start the new year with a new Ram truck. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months or up to $12,734 in total value on select new 2017 Ram 1500 models. Come on in for all the details and then start something new during the Start Something New sales event. Underway now at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 1442 East Main Street in Lincoln. Eddie's Auto Parts on East Main Street in Lincoln is now your source for custom wheels and tires. From street to off-road, get your custom wheels and tires now at Eddie's Auto Parts. From mud to racing to street tires with things like Toyo, Mickey Thompson, and Dick Pet. Get your custom wheels and tires today at Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincoln, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer.
When you want some help from a fellow car lover, it's all in one place, as you'll discover. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
And back here at East Lincoln High School, home of the Mustangs, you're currently listening to the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium pregame show. It's the last segment of the pregame show and also Ronaldo Automall broadcast on WLON 1050 AM of high school basketball. Evan Ludwig, Ken Link with you for the call of tonight's game between Maiden and East Lincoln. And Ken, we got the starting lineups. First, let's get the visiting Blue Devils.
Okay, for the Blue Devils tonight, starting lineup, number 1, Caleb McDaniel. Number 2, Josh Coulter. Number 3, Dylan Richardson. Number 4, Avery Bowles. And number 33, Mike Cook. That's the starting lineup for the Maiden Blue Devils. And for the East Lincoln Mustangs, number 1, Kavian McClendon. Number 4, Sidney Dollar. Number 10, John Beam. Number 22, Colson Leach. And number 23, Ben Zirkle.
All right, and this Maiden lineup's got some size. They also got some guys that are undersized. As we saw in the Lincolnton game a couple weeks back, they got a guy off the bench, Casey Lee, number 30. He is definitely going to be a size disadvantage. So, and maybe when he's on the court, if someone's in foul trouble and Maiden has to bring him in, it's not going to be an ideal situation. But I bet this would be the dream of Coach Hancock and everyone is to get Kavian McClendon down low and a guy like Casey Lee, who I don't know, 5'6" is his height. Looking at him from right here, he looks about the height of Nate Robinson, former NBA player and slam dunk champ.
Yeah, he's a little bit of height challenge there, but understand he's really a hustler and a pretty good ball player when he's in there.
I bet some players that have to go against him on defense think he's kind of like that cockroach. He just won't go away on defense.
Yeah, like a gnat, just won't leave you alone.
He won't leave you alone. He may be little, but man, he's a scrappy one. So definitely got to look on the lookout for him. He could be a candidate for our Subway Sub of the Game. as Subway sub of the game from the last time we had the Maiden Blue Devils on the air was Josh Coulter, who surprisingly came off the bench and dropped almost 20 points. He's going to have to play a key figure in tonight's game for Maiden to possibly get a W to try and shut down either one of Sidney Dollar or Kabian McClendon, probably more so Kabian.
Yeah, and Josh Coulter was in the starting lineup tonight. So on the East Lincoln side, as far as, they've got a good bench, and one of the guys is playing now that missed the first half of the season because of a leg injury, it's Christian Parks. So he'll be coming off the bench. Jack Mott also comes off the bench. And Alden Horn, they used their bench quite a bit, and they have some good players coming off that bench.
Yeah, looking at the conference standings as a whole as we go into the final week, it's East Lincoln on top on one game, 10-1 overall in the conference, 17-4 overall. They're on a 10-game winning streak, as Ken mentioned earlier. Lincolnton right behind them, 9-2 in conference play, 16-4 overall. Only one game separating them, and that's that loss a week ago here at East Lincoln. And Maiden, 7-4, they're in third place, just kind of lurking in the background. They're 14-6 overall now on a 3-game winning streak. Lake Norman Charter has rebounded. They're still under 500 overall, but they're 7-4 in conference play. Connor Reed, the son of AP sports writer Steve Reed, has really done a great job, gotten over 1,000 points a couple weeks back. So good for Connor Reed. Bandy's, Jate Culver also got 1,000 points earlier in the year. He's really the guy that carries that team wholeheartedly. He's the one that's keeping his team in the hunt for the playoffs right now, kind of like what Kabian did for West Lincoln last year. 5-6 in the conference play, 11-9 overall. Newton Conover 3-8 in conference play, 4-17 overall. North Lincoln 3-8 as well, 8-11. They both play each other tonight, so North can get up to 6 if they win at home. And West Lincoln 0-11 in conference play, only one win overall this year, as you can definitely tell that the loss of Kabian McClendon at West Lincoln has had its effect this year.
Yeah, it's been a long season for the Rebels. Smoke, I noticed the last game Maiden played was a real close contest against your North Lincoln Knights.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Talking to Coach Booker, he said they were in overtime and they had the ball. They were up one, and the guys stole it while they were trying to get it inside, and just you couldn't do anything and ran out of time. And that could be the backbreaker that ends the season for North Lincoln potentially.
I saw that score and I go, wow! And I didn't even realize it was an OT game, but yeah. I saw it was a 1-point victory for Maiden.
Yeah, so I mean, North still has time, but they're running out of it. They're going to have to probably win out and maybe get a win in conference tournament, because even though they have about the same amount of wins as West Lincoln did last year, West Lincoln barely made it in, but they had 6 conference wins. So if North doesn't make it, they may be one of the first teams out of the playoffs, which, even though that would be a hard pill to swallow for all those seniors, that's definitely a step in the right direction for this boys basketball program at North Lincoln. But I want to mention some of the other scores that happened in conference play. Tuesday earlier in the week, Lake Norman Charter had a tough outing against Newton Conover. They escaped with a 55-49 victory. Lincolnton cruised to victory over West Lincoln, 61-37. East Lincoln had no problem with Bandy's beating them 75-59. And, of course, we mentioned Maiden beat North Lincoln in OT 63-62. We'll come back and we'll have the start of the game. You've been listening to the Carolina Trust Bank Stadium pregame show.
Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby announces their year-end sales event. Get holiday savings across Ford's entire line of 2017 models. Get 0% APR Ford credit financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 Ford credit cash. That's right, 0% financing plus $1,000 cash. Offer good on the Focus, C-Max, Fusion, Mustang, Taurus, Edge, Escape, Explorer, Expedition, F-150 trucks, and even the Transit and Transit Connect vans. See dealer for details. Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby. Online at classicfordofshelby.com.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look. CKDKDS Macron.
Ah, yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now is the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vale.
And back here at East Lincoln High School, this is Ronaldo Automall broadcast of high school basketball on WLON 1050 AM. As Maiden's been introduced and East Lincoln now being introduced, they're starting 5. Of course, they're right in front of us. We're down here on the baseline right beside the entrances to the locker rooms. And Ken, what does East Lincoln have to do to win this game tonight?
Well, I think they have to take advantage of their size inside, try to get it play inside and out, and they got to rebound well, and I think they will against the Maiden team.
And what does Maiden have to do to get this big win in conference play
Well,
tonight?
I think they have to take care of the basketball. They have to shoot the ball well. They pass the ball well. They share it. They're fundamentally sound. They're at a disadvantage on the boards, but if they play the rest of the game, have only a few turnovers, they'll have a chance.
And of course, if Maiden wins this game, they could potentially play spoiler for East Lincoln's regular season championship hopes. But of course, we've got to play the game for a reason. East Lincoln, Maiden's waiting for East Lincoln to get out on the midcourt. Maiden in their all blue uniforms, East Lincoln all white. A pretty darn good crowd here tonight, as most every spot is filled. Not as packed as it was here last week for the East-North matchup, but still a very good crowd in attendance here tonight.
They're getting ready to toss it up. Here we go.
And for the tip-off, it'll be Coulter against McClendon. We'll get to see the two big men go at it early. Coulter, of course, against Lincolnton had a good game. 19 points off the bench. Now he's starting in the lineup. And the jump ball is won by East Lincoln as Ben Zirkle will take it up court for the Mustangs. Gives it over to Colson Leach on the right wing. Now to John Bean. Now cross-court pass to Ben Zirkle on the left wing. Now to Colson Leach. Now over to John Bean. Bean will take a jumper. And it's good from the right wing. And John Bean had a quiet first half last week against North Lincoln, off to get the first points of the game. As Mike Cook has the ball, gives it inside to Culver against McClendon. Here goes jump steps, and the shot is blocked by McClendon. And Ben Zirkle quickly gets it across half court. Now over to Colson Leach. Baseline jumper is good. And within 35 seconds, East Lincoln already up 4-0. As Caleb McDaniel's being guarded full court by Ben Zirkle. He gets across half court. Now drives into the lane, contorts his shot, and he gets it up as he splits the defenders. Now quickly, East Lincoln already on across half court. Zirkle has the ball. Gives it to Sidney Dahl at the top of the key. Now back to Zirkle. Swings it over to John Bean in the left corner. Now back to Zirkle and gets it over to Colson Leach in the right wing for a three. Too much on it, no good. Caleb McDaniel gets the rebound. Maiden going left to right on your radio dial. As now Dylan Richardson has it. Gets it inside to Coulter. Some contact down low, but Coulter gets a shot in. Not blocked this time by McClendon. So now it's a 1-for-1 on each side. As Coulter's gotten one win in the battle against McClendon, McClendon's gotten a win. As they go inside to Sidney Dollar, quickly pass it to John Bean, who was left open. Some great ball movement down low in the paint for East Lincoln as they lead 6-4.
Nice playmaking there.
As McDaniel's got some speed on him, being guarded by Zirkle. He's trying to find someone to pass it to. Gives it up to Richardson at the top of the key, who now gets it over. And no, doesn't pass it over. Now pass it over to Coulter, who's on the left corner in the baseline. Being guarded by McClendon, who's out of the paint. Now gives it to McDaniel, who's left wide open for a three, and it swings in there. Good, and that gives Maiden their first lead of the ball game. I think McClendon was kind of confused being that far out of the paint.
Yeah, he left him wide open out there and made him pay.
As Zirkle has it on the left wing against this Maiden 2-3 defense. As then they leave Colson Leach wide open. Off the back iron, no good. Maiden gets lucky with that one. As they regroup, as Coulter gets a rebound and gives it up to McDaniels. Now over to Cook, now to Richardson. Richardson going inside on Colson Leach, puts up a shot.
Wild shot.
Yeah, wild shot, no good. Leach gets a rebound, and Cindy Dahl on a fast break. Oh, tomahawk jam! As he points to Colson Leach, and now a steal by Ben Zirkle. He gives it to Cindy Dahl. Here we go. He kicks it out to Ben Zirkle. Zirkle with a corner three, airballed, rebounded by Cook. A close call there for Maiden, as that really could have turned it over. McDaniel has the ball, and he now goes inside. Ooh, a Euro step, but doesn't get any part of the rim on that one, and Bean gets the rebound. Zirkle going across half court, now kicks it out to Sidney Dollar on the corner three. We talked about Sidney Dollar being half man, half amazing in this high school level the past few weeks, as John Bean takes a jumper almost from that same exact spot as the first shot, and he gets it in. You can tell he loves getting those shots in.
Those medium range jumpers, he's nailing them.
Yeah, he's got the range. You can tell it boosts his confidence a lot. As McDaniel tried to get it inside to Avery Boyles, he decides to go on baseline alone, but no, blocked by McDaniel, and now Maiden has the ball back, and a three is good by Boyles. The block actually helped out Maiden because that kind of dissected the defense. They moved it outside to Cook, and he got it over to Boyles, who had some space for the shot, and it's now tied at 10. Colson Leach has it, gets it in, actually stolen, but now taken back by Ben Zirkle. Now stolen again.
Knocked away.
And it was knocked away. Last touch by Maiden. And now Maiden unloads the bench here to get 4 guys out there, including number 11, Montrell Stinson, who has some size. Number 30, Casey Lee, as we were talking about there in the pregame show. Number 23, Luke Laney. And also number 12, Mason High. And we talked about East using their bench a lot more in the past few years, but they still don't use it as much as Maiden does.
Yeah, Maiden seems to really use it.
And now Colson Leach has it. Kicks it out. John Bean. Bean with a corner three. No good. Rebound by No, it's taken by Ben Zirkle, and he kicks it out to John Bean. And Bean redeems himself, and he gets that three from the left wing. He's already gotten himself
9 points already.
7 points. Now go inside, and now outside as High for backstep, and he gets a shot up, no good. And rebound, last touch by Sidney Dollar. Actually, no, it's going to be last touch by Mike Cook. Sidney almost couldn't believe himself on that one. East Lincoln up by 3, 13-10 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. With 3:43 remaining in the first period. Mason High has it, now gives it up to Luke Laney. And Luke Laney kind of got scared there. It looked like he was going up with the shot, but then Sidney Dollar was coming full steam ahead. And he tried to pass it, but by the time he tried to pass it, his feet were on the ground, and that was for travel. As now Colson Leach will take it up for the Mustangs here. Gives up to John Bean, who's been hot early on. He'll swing it over to Alden Horn, now over to Colson Leach, who gets it inside to McClendon. McClendon being double teamed now, kicks it out. And swing pass to John Bean, shot no good. Casey Lee gets the rebound. How he comes up court here for the Blue Devils. And he gives it over to Montrell Stinson. Now back to Lee, who's being guarded heavily by Alden Horn. And now Mike Cook has it. Now over to Mason High. Gets past Sidney Dollar. Will take a jumper. Oh my gosh, it was blocked, but no, they're going to call a foul.
Foul on Dollar.
As Dollar was just too aggressive with that block there, as he got a little bit too much contact. And that'll send Mason High to the line.
I think he blocked it with the heel of his hand. He got up so high, but he did it aggressively, and it drew the foul, even though he didn't have much body there.
Well, and he's got quite a height advantage on Mason High. Mason High only 5'11". He's not even 6 feet, and Sidney's about 6'3", 6'4". So that's about 5 inches that you're giving up there in size. So actually the size disadvantage helped Mason High there, but he missed his first Eddie's Auto Parts free throw. Second shot coming up for High. He drains this one. Now it's a 13-11 deficit for the Blue Devils. Alden Horn taking it up court across half court. Gives up to Bean, now back to Horn. Now over to Colson Leach on the left wing. Colson Leach, alley-oop, but it was blocked by Mason High. High saw that one perfectly.
Saw it coming and got a hand on it, and nice touch by East Lincoln.
Yeah, it was for Sidney Dollar. They've known that they've been doing this for about a year now. As now East Lincoln's going to try to go full court as Caleb McDaniel's back in the game, spelling Casey Lee. Mason High still in it. They're going full court. McDaniel gets across half court. And there's 4 Mustangs around him as he kicks it out to Mason High. And he'll take a baseline jumper. No good.
Too strong.
And it was last touched by Matt Cook before going out of bounds. And East Lincoln will have the ball back. As we now got 2.5 minutes remaining in the opening period. East Lincoln up by 2. Leach over to Bean, who's being guarded heavily by Laney. Almost being double teamed. Now swings it over to Alden Horn at the top of the key. Being guarded by McDaniel. Now inside to Sidney Dollar, who gets it inside to McClendon, but it was off balance. Now another off balance pass to Bean, but he recovers. Now deflected pass, and it's finally stolen by Maiden. Luke Laney on the fast break as Sidney Dollar's there to stop him. And he'll get it out to Matt Cook. Cook trying to get past Sidney, but can't. Nice job by Sidney breaking the fast break. Now over to Stinson. And now bounce pass is stolen by Alden Horn. Horn splits a double team, and now over to McClendon. McClendon with a dunk with a 40. Sidney Dollar flexing his muscles as that had some power to it, and Maiden's going to call a timeout, and we'll be right back.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back here at East Lincoln High School, 1 minute and 48 seconds remaining. East Lincoln up by 4, 15-11. Evan Ludwig and Ken Link with you, and I think Coach Anderson was going to call a timeout to regroup his team before it got too ugly to end this quarter.
Yeah, that slam dunk by McClendon there, he didn't want East Lincoln to get too much momentum here.
McDaniel gives it up to Mason High, now swings it over to Stinson, now gets it inside, back to McDaniel. McDaniel now trying to regroup the offense. He'll give it up to Coulter, who's almost at midcourt. Going against it looks like a 1-3-1 defense. Stinson gets it inside to McDaniel in the paint, and he now kicks it out to Luke Lane, who's left wide open for a 3. No good. The execution was good. It just the shot did not go in. As quickly East Lincoln already across half court. As Mott's in the game, gives up to John Bean, who splits a double team. A lob pass high. The Horn now swings it back over to Mott. Mott for a 3. No good. That's a rare miss from behind the arc for Mott. He checks into the game now. Less than a minute left, and Coach Anderson wanting Maiden to slow it down here. Try to get in a good rhythm before the end of this first quarter. Coulter has it on the left baseline. Being guarded by McClendon. Now over to Laney, now over to Stinson on the right wing. Coulter now gets all across the corner. Being guarded still by McClendon. As now Hancock yelling instructions to McClendon. Mason High has the ball. Now Stinson has the ball on the left wing. Now back to Coulter, who's inside the paint. He's trying to get some moves and gives it to Stinson. Oh, the shot just did not go in. It hit the backboard and nothing else. And East Lincoln gets the rebound as they're going to try to hold the final shot.
It's a nice setup, but he blew the layup.
That rhymes. Colson Leach has the ball, dribbling it out on the right wing, being guarded by Luke Laney. Mott's ready to set up a pick for the senior. Instead, he ignores the pick and goes baseline, loses control of the ball, and it was tapped out of bounds, and it'll be Maiden ball with 4.1 seconds. Possibility for them to get a shot up as they'll have Dylan Richardson and Avery Boyles check back into the game before the end of this quarter. They'll have to go full court here. And Alden Horn's going to be one-on-one with McDaniel, and he gives it up to McDaniel. 2 seconds left. He's already across half court. Going to have to put up a shot. A prayer hits the rim short. No good. That ends the first quarter of play as East Lincoln leads Maiden 15-11 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. We'll be back for the second quarter.
It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vale. Check out these breakfast specials. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sausage, steak, or liver mush biscuit for $1.39. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, get the breakfast, 2 eggs, 1 meat, 1 side, biscuit or toast for $4.59. And drink is included. It's Breakfast Madness at Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 274-27 West intersection in Vale. Call 704-276-1055.
For over 100 years, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need.
And back here at East Lincoln High School, we've completed 1 quarter of play. Evan Ludwig, Ken Link with you. And East Lincoln, their 2 fast break dunks is the difference right now as they lead 15-11.
That was a pretty clean quarter. Only 1 foul in that quarter, and that was against Sidney Dollar.
Dylan Richardson has the ball on the left wing for Maiden. He gives it up to Caleb McDaniel, who is being guarded by the much taller Sidney Dollar. Now the pass deflected by Sidney as he was trying to steal it. And it'll be Maiden ball still. Avery Boyles inbounds the pass here. A pick set for Coulter, for McDaniel by Coulter, and blocked by McDaniel. I thought that one touched out of bounds right in front of us, but apparently it just stayed in. Sidney Dollar now gives it up to Ben Zirkle, who's going to drive down the baseline, get it up to McClendon. The shot just does not go in, and Maiden gets the rebound. We saw that earlier from Maiden right before the end of the first quarter. McDaniel has the ball. Richardson now pump fakes it to Boyles. Now gives it up to Boyles to take a 3 from the wing. Off the back iron, no good. McClendon gets the rebound and gives it to Sidney Dollar. Sidney Dollar having to give it away, and now gives it to Colson Leach, who swings it over to DeMattia. Shot no good.
Missed the three.
And he was wanting to foul there as he fell down, as I think Mason High got there too late. But they didn't give the call. Mason, actually, the ball was off Maiden as they were trying to get the rebound. It'll still be East Lincoln ball. Now quickly over to DeMattia. He'll take a three from the other corner, and it's still no good. But East Lincoln gets the rebound. Colson Leach has it. He pump fakes, now gives it up to DeMattia as Boyles quickly closes out on him, and he gets inside. And now the pass has been deflected, and it's going to be taken back by East Lincoln. And they'll get the ball, but almost turned over again. The ball's going all over the place, and finally Maiden turns it over. A sloppy possession there for East Lincoln. Had 2 or 3 opportunities to get a shot up, and they could not get it, and then they lose control of the ball twice before losing it. They get it inside to Coulter. Now kicks it out to McDaniel. McDaniel gets some separation, but instead gives it to Mason High, and back to McDaniel. McDaniel steps back again, gets a three, no good. Now it's a tipped rebound, and it gets into the hands of Sidney Dollar. Sidney gives it up to Colson Leach, who's on the left wing. He gets inside, now being double teamed. They'll give it up to Dollar at the top of the key. Fakes a three, kicks it out and gives it over to DeMattia. DeMattia gets some separation but loses control of the ball. Now he's being double teamed, and the ball's still in bounds as he lost it. And they're going to say, well, he has both Avery Boyles and DeMattia fell in the ball. It was last touched by DeMattia, and they're going to get DeMattia out of the game as he's had a couple of minutes of struggle to start the second quarter off the bench.
So far, played about 2 minutes in this quarter and no score by either team.
Yeah, had a relatively high first quarter of score. We have 26 combined points in the first quarter. As Boyles has the ball, they're trying to get it inside to Coulter, but they can't do it because of McClendon. They finally do. McClendon pump fakes and now trying to go under the basket, and he does, and it gets the favorable roll. And that's the first basket of the second quarter by either team, as that'll get the lead back within one possession.
Nice move by Coulter.
And now a quick pass over to Leach, who pump fakes it, now tries to go again. And now a nice pass by Sidney Dollar. Gets it inside, almost rolled in for McClendon. But a foul, and that's going to be the first foul for Maiden, and that looks like it's going to be on Luke Laney. So McClendon will go to the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line, which we've usually said that name about 5 or 6 times by this point in the game, but instead this is only the second time. McClendon at the line. And he can't get the favorable roll to roll in as Casey Lee will check into the game for Maiden, replacing Dylan Richardson. And if there's one weakness into McClendon's game, it's shooting free throws, as his free throw percentage is a 54%. Let's see if he can make this one, and it does. He does. Gets the lead back up to 3. Now East Lincoln getting back into a full-court press. Casey Lee has the ball. Gives it up. Now McDaniel has it and gets it across half court. He splits 2 defenders. And he now kicks it out to Avery Boyles, and now back to McDaniel. Now over to Casey Lee, who pump fakes on Sidney Dollar, gets him to jump, and now kicks it out to Luke Laney. Corner 3, barely hits the rim, but Coulter gets the rebound and puts it back in. John Bean didn't box out there. And now the lead is at 1 for East Lincoln with a little over 5 minutes to go. John Bean has it on the right wing, gets it inside to McClendon, who's being double teamed, and back out to Sidney Dollar. He'll take a 3, and it rolls in. Who says he can just dunk the ball? He can shoot it from behind the arc. Casey Lee has it. They're trying to get it past midcourt, and they do on the full court pressure. Now Boyles has baseline. He'll kick it out to Coulter. He'll take a 3 from the top of the key. And no, the favorable roll does not go as McClendon gets a rebound, but the pass deflected. And it goes out of bounds, but it was last touched by Luke Laney.
Maine had a wide open 3 there, just couldn't get it to go down.
Yeah, about as wide open as you can get. It wasn't the worst look from Coulter, it just didn't roll in. As Matt Cook checks back into the game for the Blue Devils, giving Coulter a spell on the bench. Sidney Dollar has it on the right wing as he's got a size mismatch on Casey Lee, but decides not to take advantage of it. Alley-oop, and they block the alley-oop attempt, but Sidney Dollar regroups and gets the ball, and he gets a layup instead. Hey, it might as well does a trick. He can still get 2 points. McDaniel gives it up to Lee on the left wing, who gives it up to Laney. Laney is trying to get it to someone. He gives it back to Lee. Lee now being double-teamed. And Colson Lee stole it, but the ball's loose, and Maine gets it back. Boyles takes a jumper on the elbow and just does not roll in. It did not have the favorable roll, and East Lincoln gets the rebound. Colson Leach has the ball. Out of control, he loses it, and now tries to give it to Kevin McClendon, who gets it back, and now Sidney Dollar has it. Cross-court pass over to Zirkle. Now John Bean for 3. Airballed it. A rare airball from John Bean. Maine has the ball. They're down 6 with 3:43 remaining. McDaniel has a clear lane to the basket, and that just is too easy for a guy like McDaniel. And he gets it back within 4 points as he blew past Zirkle.
Showed his quickness on that one.
And Zirkle has the ball trying to go inside, but lobs it over to Colson Leach. Now inside the baseline to John Bain. He'll take a baseline jumper, airballed it, but rebound by Sidney Dollar. Sidney Dollar takes it out to the 3, gives it up to Zirkle. Now over to Colson Leach. He'll take a 3 from the top of the key, and it rattles in. Threes have really been the difference in this game so far. The East Lincoln been able to shoot him, and Maiden has not. Boyles has the ball, and he'll kick it out to Cook, and now over to Lee. Lee has a mismatch. He'll try to go inside. Kicks it out to Boyles, who tries to go on the baseline. Put up a jumper. Rolls out no good, and McDaniel's a little too early on the rebound. And John Bean quickly going across baseline. Puts up a shot contested. No good, but Matt Cook couldn't get a hold of the rebound. Let's see, we're having a discussion between the officials to decide who had the ball last. And it will be East Lincoln ball. I think the official on the baseline said it was, actually, it's Maiden ball.
Maiden ball. It's looked like it could have been some contact on that play, but didn't have a whistle.
And McClendon going to get his first rest of the night. And Maiden's going to have to take advantage of a moment like this. Casey Lee has it. Bounce pass over to Luke Laney, and he'll give it up to Cook. Cook now back to Laney on the left side of the wing. Now over to Lee. He's being guarded by Bean. Bean gets it inside to Stinson. Now kicks it out to Laney, and they get their three-point shot to get it back within 4. Instead of trying to go inside the paint with Sidney Stoller still out there, they finally get a three-point to connect. John Bean has it on the right wing and gives it up to Colson Leach. A cross-court pass to Zirkle, almost deflected. Zirkle tries to get it into Jack Mott, and stolen now. Casey Lee, the little guy, trying to get a fast break bucket. And no, he doesn't, but Stinson gets a rebound. His shot's blocked, heavy contact, no call. Now Cook has it on the corner, and Maiden tries to regroup. A missed opportunity there if they can't get the basket at all in this possession. Lee has it, being double-teamed almost. Now gives it up to Mason High on the baseline, who put up a jumper, an erratic jumper. Wow. Can't get the shot. It barely hit the baseline. Now the pass is stolen by High from John Bean. Casey Lee has it. He's trying to find something to do. Put a shot, but it's blocked by Colson Leach. And that's where a size disadvantage hurts Lee.
A lot of physical play out there. They're letting them play a little bit.
Yeah, only 2 foul calls in total in this whole game, 1 on each side. As McClendon going to check back in quickly, as he'll give Jack Mott out of the game. They want to have him close out this first half, especially without him having any fouls. And now cross-court pass to Lee, almost stolen. Lee going to quickly go across the paint, but realizes Sidney Dollar's there. He'll kick it out to Matt Cook. Cook being guarded by Dollar. Bounce pass over to Mason High. And almost stolen.
Knocked away by Lincoln, by East Lincoln.
And you can tell this Maiden offense is not really doing the same without McDaniel. They don't have that straight-up shooter that'll attack the lane with Lee out there. They're only down by 4, though, with a little over a minute and a half remaining. Stinson gets the inbounds pass, being double-teamed. Almost loses it. Now tries to get it to Mason High and does. And now a 3 by Matt Cook. Rattles out no good. McClendon with a 40 gets the rebound. And now over to Sidney Dollar. Dollar's going to attack the lane.
A charge.
No, not a charge. That's going to be a blocking foul.
That looked questionable.
That's a close one there. It's a bang-bang call, and the referee thought it was a blocking foul, and so that's going to be on Maiden as they get Maiden gets both McDaniel and Coulter to check into. Actually, Coulter's going to have to wait. So McDaniel's at least back in the ball game. Horn gets the inbounds pass, and now gives it over to Colson Leach. He'll take a 3 from the corner, rattles in, good, gets his favorable roll, and it's 27-20 with a little over a minute to go in the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. McDaniel trying to split this full court pressure, goes inside, shot partially blocked. And Sidney Dollar gets it in quickly. East Lincoln already crossed half court. And Colson Leach shot blocked and by Stinson. And Maiden gets the ball back quickly. Now Stinson has it, being guarded by McClendon. And he's going to give it up to Laney. Now over to Cook. Back to Laney on the left wing. So now they're going to try to burn some clock here. They're down by 7 with 40 seconds remaining. Cook was trying to get it inside the High, but he hit it right in the hands. It's stolen again now. Stolen again. They're all over the place. Can't tell you exactly how to keep up with this one. As Leach finally gets it, and they're going to wait for this last shot here. If they can get a 3, they can get the lead to 10. And them closing out the first half on a strong note really helped them last week against North Lincoln. So they're just playing hot potato between Leach and Dollar. Leach being guarded by Laney. 12 seconds remaining in the first half. And now McClendon has the ball on the right wing outside the 3-point mark, and now gives up to Sidney Dollar. Now over to Colson Leach. 5 seconds remaining. Leach going to have to try to put up something. and he will. He drives to the basket, now kicks it out to Bean. He'll put up a shot in time. Does not get the shot.
Wow. Looked like he was fouled on the play, but they didn't call it.
The East Lincoln faithful were wanting a foul call on that, but his officials have really let him play this first half, and that'll end it as East Lincoln leads Maiden 27-20. We'll come back for the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge halftime report, or we'll have the LincolnCounty.com stat sheet. We'll be back here on WLON 1050 AM.
The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Oak Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain. The new year brings new big savings from Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. Get up to $9,000 in total value on the new 2018 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive crew cab with SLT Premium Plus package. Plus drive away in a new 2017 Buick Envision. Now it's $7,500 below MSRP. And the new 2018 Kia Stinger has arrived at only $299 per month for a 36-month lease. And get the 2018 Honda Fit for $169 a month for 36 months. See Renato for all the details. Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at RenatoAutomall.com. Start the new year off strong with a new Chevrolet or GMC truck from Abernathy's Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincoln. Come in now for huge new year savings. Get up to $9,600 in total value on the new 2018 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT with 4-wheel drive. And get $9,000 in total value on the 2018 GMC Sierra 1500 4-wheel drive Crew Cab SLT Premium Plus package. Come in for all the details at Abernathy's Chevrolet Buick GMC, 1445 East Main Street in Lincoln. Start up the savings on your auto insurance with a stop at Turner Hauser Insurance Group, downtown Lincoln, your area insurance agency. Jamie Hauser invites you to stop in and find out how you can save money on all of your insurance needs, from home to auto to commercial to farm to life. Visit them at their office at 228 East Main Street, downtown Lincoln. Just look for the big blue awning. That's Turner Hauser Insurance Group, your area insurance agency. Call 704-732-9577 or visit the website at turnerhauserins.com.
Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed for sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincoln can help you with sleep apnea problems. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headaches, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincoln to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John L. Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
The Carolina's largest pre-owned boat store is American Marine Liquidators, Highway 16 North in Denver. American Marine Liquidators buy, sells, and trades. They will trade for cars, trucks, yard tractors, RVs, and motorcycles. And financing is available with approved credit at American Marine Liquidators. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper and see what you can buy at a great price. So before you buy, sell, or trade, the American Marine Liquidators, 4879 Highway 16 North in Denver. Call 704-483-8144 for American Marine Liquidators. It's time to head to Renato Auto Mall in Shelby for big savings at all 3 dealerships. At Renato Kia, check out 0% financing for 75 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Buy new 2017 GMC Acadia at over $9,000 below MSRP. And check out the big 2018 GMC Canyon, listed for only $249 per month for 24 months. Come in for all the details and get a sweetheart of a deal now at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at RenatoAutomall.com.
And we're back here at East Lincoln High School. Kids playing some pickup basketball here as we're waiting for the second half to start. East Lincoln on top, 27-20, with minus a couple fast break points has really been an even ball game between these two real good teams here tonight so far.
Yes, it has, and I think the difference has been East Lincoln's got 4 3-pointers. Maiden has had trouble outside the 3-point arc. They've hit 2, but they've had some open ones they missed. Now, to be fair, East Lincoln missed some 3-pointers out there that they had to open. But it's interesting, Smoke, because it's been a ragged game. The refs are letting them play, and that's lends itself to things to be physical. There's a total of 3 fouls that were called in the half, 2 against Maiden and 1 against East Lincoln, so nobody's in foul trouble.
Well, yeah, now, you got to wonder at this point, what are these coaches probably telling me? Probably tell them, hey, be more physical down low in the paint. They're not calling anything right now, or just continue to play like you have been.
I think continue to play like you have been, and you might work the refs a little bit on some of the calls. They've been several just loose balls on the court and people all over the court and changing hands several times. The refs just letting them play, not calling anything, and it lends to you got to adjust when the game's going on like that. But Maiden's right here in this game. It's a low-scoring game, 27-20. Talk a little bit about the scoring for the visitor. Maiden, the leading scorer for them is McDaniel with 7 points. Josh Coulter has 6. Avery Boyles has 3. Luke Laney has 3 on a 3-pointer, and Mason High has 1 point. That gives you a total of 20. For East Lincoln, I've got the leading scorer as John Beam, who was hot early. I've got him with 9. Sidney Colson Leach has 8, has 2 3-pointers. Sidney Dollar has 7, and Kavian McClendon has 3, and that adds up to 27 for the East Lincoln Mustangs.
So, as East Lincoln heading back onto the court now, still waiting for Maiden to head out to the court as they're going to try to get warmed up here. If you're Coach Hancock here in halftime, what are some of the adjustments you'd make if you were East Lincoln here?
I think East Lincoln a couple times got out of sync a little bit as they were really trying to rush down and get some shots inside. They lost it a couple times on trying to get lobs inside the dollar or trying to penetrate and then pitch back out. And Maiden's been real active with her hands, so they've caused a few disruptions out there as East Lincoln tried to run their offense.
And what if you're Coach Anderson from Maiden? You're down 7, not bad, but you can see in some of these games in the past how East usually plays close. Someone plays close for East with a half, but then East just completely blows them out of the doors in the second half. What do you have to do if you're Maiden in this situation?
Well, he needs to talk about that, and they need to keep the game close. It's hard for Maiden to compete on the inside with East Lincoln. McClendon's got a boatload of defensive rebounds. He's controlled the boards, and they need to hit some shots outside. And like I say, they're battling inside, but they're at a disadvantage against East Lincoln when they've got Dollar and McClendon inside.
All right, that does it for our halftime show presented by Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Maiden's now heading out here, and we'll be back in about a minute for the start of the second half. You're listening to High School Basketball on WLON 1050 AM, being presented by Renato Automall.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. The Sub of the Day from Subway in Boulder City and the Walmart in Lincolnton.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln. No matter where you live, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company, 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill her up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln.
'Cause I saddle up my horse and I ride.
Back here at East Lincoln High School, as the famed song here is Rocky Top, the Usually been played at Tennessee for I don't know how long. That's become their battle cry, and it's become a battle cry here somewhat at East Lincoln High School. As now they go from that to Eye to Tiger, quite a change of pace as we're about ready to start the second half. East Lincoln leads 27-20. Evan Ludwig, Ken Link with you for the call of tonight's game. Of course, this is a Renato Automall broadcast on WLON 1050 AM and of high school basketball as well.
We're ready to go here in the second half, and East Lincoln will get the ball first.
Colson Leach going left to right on your radio dial. He gives it up to Bean. Now back to Leach. Now over to Zirkle. Back to Leach at the top of the key. Now they're going to try to get it inside. Alley-oop. Third time cannot work still. Sidney gets it out. Clinton somehow without being stolen. Now they give it back to Sidney. Sidney fakes about a three, but tries to step back, gives it over to Zirkle. And now Bean's going to try to drive the baseline. Heavy contact, no fouls.
Wow.
9 times out of 10 in a different game, that would have been a foul. It's like we're seeing a game from the 80s a little bit here.
There was definitely lots of contact there.
Now to go inside to Coulter. Coulter kind of loses control of his shot, and Sidney Dollar will take the ball. Zirkle has the ball. Gives it up to Colson Leach. He'll take a three from the left wing. Bounces short, no good. But Bean gets his own rebound as he battled for it with Coulter, and he gets the basket up and in. And East now leads by 9. McDaniel quickly going across half court, splits a double team, being guarded by Bean. Now kicks it out to Matt Cook. He'll take a three from the left wing, and it goes in. That's something Maiden needed to do there. And they're starting to find it from behind the arc, and Matt Cook's been the catalyst for that. So now down within 6. As East Lincoln has the ball back, Colson Leach tries to get it on the baseline to Bean, but it's being guarded heavily. Now gets it inside to Dollar. He'll take a three from the wing.
Good.
And wow, he got that from the corner actually. He just backpedaled and decided to shoot it, and then he got it in. As Boyles has the ball, trying to go inside, now being double teamed by Zirkle and Bean. And the ball is loose, and it was last touch, according to the ref, by East Lincoln. It hit off the knee of one of the East Lincoln players, but East Lincoln's fans were not happy about that. Cook going to inbound it for Maiden, and he'll have to get it over half court, lob it over to McDaniels. Now he's going to slow it up, but he loses control of the ball. Now gets it back, and he gives it up to Cook on the left wing. And Cook's now going to take it to the top of the key and give it to Coulter. Coulter now lob pass over to McDaniel on the left wing as they're slowly trying to get this offense set up. Gives it up to Cook on the corner. Cook trying to get outside that corner to avoid a double team. Gives it up to Richardson. Now over to McDaniel. Swings it over to Boyles. And we're on the other side of the court now. As an inside to Coulter. Now a lob pass to the top of the key to McDaniel. Now Richardson will take a shot. It rattles in and out from behind the arc. And a rebound by Sidney Dollar. Dollar trying to get a full fast break, but he'll kick it out and get it inside to McClendon. Now over to Colson Leach. Now back to Dollar. He'll take a three from the left wing. And that one's short off the rim. No good, but Colson Leach gets a rebound. He's trying to fight for a double team. Lots of contact, no calls. And now McDaniel gets a steal off a pass. And now tries to get a fast break on Boyles. And now a pass stolen right out of the hands by Zirkle. And now a high pass to Colson Leach, who'll get the layup up and in. They're letting him play, that's for sure. And they're letting it keep on to the second half. A high pass for Boyles over the head by McDaniel. McDaniel frustrated. And this is what Maiden has to be careful. They don't want to fall victim to these second half blowouts by East Lincoln.
Yeah, they need to sort of stop this run right now before it gets out of hand. 11-point lead.
As Leach has the ball, gives it up to Bean, who tries to get inside, but he'll swing it out over to Zirkle. Zirkle tries to get to McClendon, but the ball is loose. McClendon finally gets the ball back. Now Leach has it. He'll take a elbow jumper, and it's off the back iron, no good. McDaniel gets a rebound. He's being double teamed as he's going to quickly go across, fast break. Shot no good, but oh my gosh, Coulter leaped up in the air, and I don't know how he had one arm on that one, as it's going to be a jump ball between him and Sidney Dollar. Just amazing athleticism there. Now Casey Lee comes into the game for Richardson. As Maine's down 11, they're going to have to hurry here to try and get back in this one before it gets too late. Mason High inbounding to pass for Maiden. It's running out of time. He's going to have to get it all the way to the other side of the free throw line for Casey Lee, who tracked that one down like a wide receiver. And he finally gets across half court. Now gives it up to McDaniel. Swings it over to Mason High on the right wing, who goes inside, splits two defenders, gets a layup up and in. Beautiful play there by Mason High. And now quickly, East Lincoln across half court with Ben Zirkle, who gives it up to Colson Leach on the right wing, who's trying to get this offense set up. He gets a pick from Sidney Dollar. Now lobs it over to Zirkle. Now gets it over to John Bean, who lobs it back over to Leach at the top of the key. Leach being guarded by the much smaller Lee, and he'll give it up to Ben Zirkle, who's being guarded by McDaniel. It's a 2-3 defense. Maiden's running. And McClendon's on the left side of the baseline, being guarded by the much smaller Mason High, who'll kick it out to Bean. Now swings it over to Zirkle. Now swings it over to Leach. He'll take a corner three. No good, off the hands of Cindy Dahl and rebounded by Matt Cook. And now Maiden's going to have to take advantage of 2 straight misses by East. And Mason High left wide open for a corner three, but the shot is no good. He's had a lot of open looks. They just haven't gone in.
Yeah, that was a good look there. He just couldn't make it.
Now we're about halfway through, a little over halfway through this third quarter. East Lincoln now has gotten their lead up to 9. As John Bean tried to get an inside pass to McClendon. Now the ball is deflected, and I think that's a jump ball.
Finally called a jump ball with about 3 or 4 people on the floor.
Yeah, they're really waiting for these jump balls. It's going to be East Lincoln ball. Aldenhorn will check in for Zirkle. And now we'll see Maiden kind of they'll get Montrell Stinson in the game, replacing Coulter. And they'll get Luke Laney in the game, replacing Mason High. Laney, better three-point shooter than High, so they need to get some shots to fall in order to get back in this game. As Leach has the ball dribbling up court, lobs it over to Aldenhorn on the other side of the court. Now lob over by John Bean High, arching one to Colson Leach. He's being guarded by Lee. Now another lob pass over to Aldenhorn, who's going to drive it inside. Now spin move and put a shot up, and it's up and in. Nice job by Horn to get the lead back up over 10. With 3:18 remaining, Lee has the ball for Maiden, who bounce passes it over to Stinson. He'll take a baseline jumper. It's off the rim, no good. Sidney Dollar gets the rebound, is now taking it up court. He'll give it up to Alden Horn. A grab at a jersey by McDaniel, but no call. Now Paul's back into Horn inside the paint. He gets a nice layup up and in. And now that's 4 points off the bench for Alden Horn, as he's starting to feel himself gain some confidence now, as they got the lead back up to 13. They're getting half-court pressure. They know McDaniel's the leading scorer, so they're going to try to double team him, and that's what they do. As McDaniel tries to get the double team, and I'll errant pass, but Cook quickly rounds that one back in. And they're double teaming him. Now McDaniel take a shot.
It's called before the shot. Something.
And let's see, the shot went in, but
the whistle before the shot.
They're trying to get a security card. I think someone's going to have to be thrown out from the East Lincoln stands. Let's see what happened. Yeah, gentleman for East Lincoln, no student. What's happening here? Oh, he's grabbing his seat. And he's hightailing it out here now. They're telling him to go. He's waving to the crowd. So unfortunate there for Maiden, because that shot went in for McDaniel.
Yeah, they would like to have that 3.
Heck, that fan's thrown out, but he actually helped East Lincoln there.
Maybe he thinks it's worth it.
That guy can listen to WLON and listen to the rest of this game if he wants to.
There you go.
Pass is stolen on the inbounds pass by East Lincoln, so that's a missed opportunity there. And now Cindy Dollar kicks it out to Horn on the baseline. Horn stops his dribble, now gets it up, bolt top to Zirkle, now over to John Bean. And the shot rattles out. No, rebound almost tipped up and in by Cindy Dollar, but shot no good. Now McDaniels gives it over to Laney. Corner 3, rattles out, no good.
Yeah.
And now, Mason High gets the rebound as it gets out of the hands of McClendon, and Maiden calls a timeout. With 2:09 remaining, Maiden is trailing East Lincoln at 38-27. We'll be right back.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And back here at East Lincoln High School, East Lincoln leads by 11 with 2:09 remaining in the third quarter. East Lincoln's really trying to take away from this game, but Maiden still staying in it. But they can't get inside double digits here in this third quarter so far. Aldenhorn has the ball and gives it up to Cindy Dollar, who has it at the top of the key. Now over to the circle. Now swings it over to Bean on the baseline. Bean almost got out of bounds there, very close. Now McClendon has it, gives up the Zirkle on the left wing, kicks it out to Aldenhorn. A corner 3 from Horn.
Short.
Airballs it, but McClendon gets a rebound. Now he loses control, and McDaniels gets his own rebound. Creates separation from Aldenhorn as he gets across half court, being guarded by Bean, and he's going to take it up a one-man fast break. That's McDaniel, Caleb McDaniel, and he gets the lead back under 10 with a minute and a half remaining. Aldenhorn thinks about shooting a 3, but then gives it to Zirkle. Cross-court pass to John Bean, but Mason High gets there before he can take a shot. And now Cindy Dollar has the ball on the left wing, gives it up to Zirkle on the right wing. So we're going to try to set this offense up. Gives it up to Alden Horn. Now inside to McClendon on the elbow. He kicks it out to John Bean. Now swings it over to Alden Horn. He'll take a three. And he redeems himself after the air ball and gets a shot up and good. And he gets the lead back up over 10. It's 41-29 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Maiden breaks the fast break, and Lee has it for Maiden. Lee trying to give it to McDaniel, and does. McDaniel takes a deep three from the left wing, and it's short, but he gets his own rebound, and he splits two defenders, puts a shot up and in. A circus shot by McDaniel. Somehow gets up and in. He gets the lead back within 10, but someone from Maiden's going to have to step up besides McDaniel on the scoring end. Horn has it, being double teamed. He gets it over to Zirkle. Zirkle has it on the left wing. He's going to get quickly double teamed, going to baseline, kicking out to McClendon, swing it over to Horn. He'll take a three from the right wing and does not get a friendly roll. And Maiden gets the rebound with 26 seconds remaining. They're down 10, and they might hold here. It's for the final shot. Lee has the ball, being guarded pretty heavily by Zirkle. McDaniel's going to try and help him out here, and he does. He gives it up to McDaniel. McDaniel tells him to get out of the way. And now he's got a clear lane to the basket, and it closes quickly. Shot up and no good. Bean gets the rebound. 6 seconds remaining. He's playing for defenders. The ball's pit-pocketed, and Maiden has the ball. Lee has it. 2 seconds remaining. High pass to Mason High. He doesn't know the clock's just running out. A missed opportunity for him to put up a shot, and that ends the third quarter of play as East Lincoln leads Maiden 41-31. We'll be back for the fourth quarter right here on WLON 1050 AM.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look.
CKDKDS Macron.
Ah, yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of the hot deals going on now at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now's the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for great deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vale.
When Auto Owners Insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that's changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. By teaming up with independent agents, we've made a difference for generations of customers, and will for generations to come. And by making a difference every day, 100 years seem to go by in a flash.
Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Call 828-428-8231.
And we've reached the fourth quarter here. East Lincoln leading Maiden 41-31 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Maiden has the ball to start the fourth. They're going to have to finally try to close into that gap. They've gotten as close as to 9 in the third quarter, but that's it. As Coulter's back in the game, gives it up to McDaniel on the right wing. McDaniel's going to give it up to Mason High. Let's see if he can finally make a three, and he finally does on the top of the key. And he needed to see that shot go in to gain some momentum. Now Maiden's going to have to bolster up on defense here as they're down 7 with 7.5 minutes remaining. Horn has it, gives it up to Colson Leach on the baseline. And a lob pass over to Zirkle on the right wing, being guarded by Lee. Now a lob pass over to Alden Horn, who tries to get inside. Bounce pass over to Zirkle, to Leach, who fakes a pass. Now goes baseline, gives it up to McClendon. Now top of the key, 3-5. Sidney Dollar, shot no good. And no one rebounded, but it was last touched by East Lincoln as someone was trying to get a rebound.
Well, Evan, there were no fouls called in the third quarter.
We've only had 3 still in this whole game.
That's correct.
These refs have definitely let them play ball. For anyone saying that they're soft nowadays, this game's proving that they're not. Coulter has it, gives up the high. Now back to Coulter. Now McDaniel has it, creates some separation, but doesn't take a shot. As he gets being guarded by Alden Horn. Under 7 minutes left. Made down by 7. Now goes inside to Coulter. Coulter puts up a contorted shot, no good. And Sidney Dollar gets a rebound. Some great defense there by KB McClendon. As Leach has the ball on the left wing. 41-34. East Lincoln leads. Inside to McClendon on the baseline. And now kicks it back out to Horn. Now over to Zirkle. Swings it over to Leach on the left wing. Now back over to the right wing for Horn's at. He's going to take it onside the baseline. Trying to kick it out, and he finally does. Zirkle will take a free-throw jumper, and it goes in. Zirkle doesn't take many shots. He's more of a facilitator. But that time he found a wide-open shot, and he had to take it. Mason High quickly going past Sidney Dollar. Going to try to put a layup, and does. That gets the lead back to 7 as they break the fast break. They get a fast break and break the press. We're now 6 minutes remaining, and nothing much decided. East does have a 7-point advantage, but it's not comfortable. Now a lob pass over to the right side of the corner. Sidney tracks that one down. And a lob pass over the top of the key to Zirkle. He's being guarded by Boyles. Now back over to Sidney. Dollar's going to be double teamed. Now back to Zirkle. Over to Leach on the left wing. He thinks about getting it in McClendon. Now alley-oop, and it finally works this time for Sidney Dollar. It works on the 4th try for number 4. As that gets East Lincoln back on their feet here. They get the lead back up to 9. McDaniel trying to break the fast break, and he was being pushed out of bounds, and it took almost 13 minutes, but we found our first foul of the second half.
On Horn.
That's Sidney's second foul. Sidney has amounted for half the fouls in tonight's game. Usually you think that's a bad thing, but with the way tonight's been going, it's not. Lee has it. Bounce pass over to Boyles on the right wing. Boyles gives it back to Lee. Lee gives it up to Coulter. Coulter gives it back to Lee. Now over to Mason High, who loses control of the ball thanks to Sidney Dollar. And Colson Leach has the ball. Fast break. Lob it up to Sidney. Short of the rim. He's too far away from the rim for an alley-oop dunk. And Maiden quickly gets the ball back. Coulter driving up the lane. And he gets a shot up and in. And an and-one opportunity. As they're going to call out a blocking foul on Alden Horn. This could be big here. East could get it with Maiden could get it within 2 possessions if they make this and-one free throw for Coulter. But Coulter against Lincolnton struggled at the free throw line, the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line. First time we've mentioned that the whole second half. And Coach Hancock's going to get John Bean into this game at the next dead ball. Let's see if Coulter can make it. The shot is up, bounces out the back rim, no good. Sidney Dollar with the rebound. So the lead will stay at 7. That's as close as Maiden has got it in this whole second half. They haven't got it within 7. Zirkle has the ball, lobs it up to Colson Leach, who's left wide open for a 3. Short, no good. Boyles gets the rebound and give it up McDaniel. Let's see if Maiden can close up to this lead. McDaniel fast break, puts up the layup, and it rolls in. And now it's a 5-point deficit for the Blue Devils.
Timeout.
Wait, let's see. I don't think that's a timeout. The official that was on the baseline there.
Oh, stoppage in play. I don't know what the call was. But East Lincoln's got the ball.
That was weird. I don't know if maybe McDaniel was out of bounds or what, but the score is still 45-40 from what we know, folks. With 4.5 minutes left, East Lincoln has the ball. Alden Horn has it. Slobs it over, almost stolen, but it got to Colson Leach. Now over to Horn. Horn from the left wing. Shot no good. And East Lincoln's on a cold streak, and that has gotten Maiden back into this game. As McDaniel has it, 4:17 remaining. They're down 5. Gets it inside to Coulter. Now back outside to McDaniel's. Back to Coulter. Coulter trying to get it past, but lose control of the ball, but he can't get anything past McClendon. And now McDaniel trying to get past Zirkle. Gives it up to Boyles on the left wing. Now Coulter gets outside. And now pass deflected and it's stolen.
Gracious.
Contact and a heavy contact. McDaniel was frustrated about the contact running into Alden Horn, and he just tossed Zirkle like a rag doll there. That should be a clear path foul, a flagrant there.
Yeah,
he wasn't having any attention.
He gave the signal as intentional.
Yeah, that should be intentional foul. He clearly had the intent of just not wanting to go for the ball and was just trying to get Ben Zirkle's jersey. I mean, I'm shocked he didn't even get a tear in that jersey the way he was yanking it around. As this could be a big swing in the game as Maiden was trying to get back in. Then this turnover was committed, and that led to a costly foul. I know you understand trying not to give up a fast break point, but don't do it like that. You at least try to get it on the floor. As East Lincoln will have the ball after these 2 Eddie's Auto Parts free throws by Ben Zirkle. First shot off the back iron, no good. That's not good there for East. They can at least get it back to within 2 possession lead if they make this shot. You see, second shot goes in. So now it's 46-40 with just under 4 minutes remaining, and John Bean will take back in, but East Lincoln will call a timeout, and we'll be right back.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over those years, and oh yeah, how many double bogeys too. Whether it's a birdie, par, or bogey, you'll love the Glen Oaks Golf Club. It's open to everyone. Visit the beautiful pro shop with driving range, snack bar, banquet facility, bar, picnic, shelter, and swimming pool. Great for group outings. Reserve your tee time by calling 828-428-2451 or visit the website at glenoaksgolf.com.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years. And how it will be for generations to come.
Your local auto owners insurance agency is East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-3243.
Back here at East Lincoln High School as Maiden trails East Lincoln 46-40 after two free throw was made by Ben Zirkle off a flagrant foul by Caleb McDaniel. And East Lincoln has the ball. Ben Zirkle has it to get it inside to Colson Leach. Now back out to John Bean. It looks like they're just going to try to play keep away as long as they can with this ball here. It's Coulter now going to guard Colson Leach. I mean, they're definitely playing keep away. I mean, McClendon's been outside behind the arc the whole time, and they're going to drive it up, kick it out to McClendon now over to Zirkle, and they're going to regroup here.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to run a little clock.
Now under 3.5 minutes, they've run about 30 seconds off of this thing, as McClendon has not gotten inside the paint this whole possession. So that just shows you what they're doing here, and it's working so far. But the longer you do this, the harder it gets, because eventually it's either Maiden's going to get too aggressive and they're going to clear an open lane for East Lincoln to make a shot, or they're not. And no turnover there by Leach, miscommunication there, and now the pass is stolen back. A nice shot by Ben Zirkle, pickpocketing McDaniel, and they get it up. See, they're going to call a blocking foul on Maiden as Colson Leach slow to get up there. He took a hard hit on his, or that's Ben Zirkle actually.
Stinson with a foul.
He was trying to set up for a charge. It didn't work, and I think
Coulter with a foul.
And now I think Maiden calls a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. I mean, actually a full timeout. We'll be right back.
It's time to get ready for Christmas at Al Lane Motorsports in Lincoln. Come in now and see the new Can-Am DS70, the Can-Am DS90, and the new Can-Am DSX90, all ready to ride. Also, check out the new Kimco 270. And Al Lane Motorsports is golf carts, totally street legal and ready to roll with a 2-year warranty, starting at $56.99. Fun for the entire family starts at Al Lane Motorsports, Highway 27, east of Lincoln.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, member FDIC. Community-minded, just like you.
We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, with 3 offices in Lincoln, also in Gastonia, Denver, Forest City, Hickory, Lake Lure, and Vail. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back here as East Lincoln turns the ball over almost right as they get the ball back, and Maiden has it. They're down 6 with a little over 2.5 minutes remaining. Maiden's going to have to score now. Give it over to Lee on the wing. He's left wide open, puts up a shot, no good. He had to put all his might trying to get that shot up, and it just could not go, and it laid flat.
Looked like it surprised him. He was so wide open.
Yeah, I think that's probably played a factor. East Lincoln now has the ball back where they can burn more clock. Bean kicks it out to McClendon. Now over to Sidney Dollar at the top of the key. East Lincoln did a pretty good job of this, burning a lot of clock. They're up by 6. Bean has it. Being guarded heavily by McDaniel. Now Sidney Dollar has it. And now give it back up to Colson Leach. Leach being guarded heavily by McDaniel. Now over to Bean, who's being guarded by Mason High. 2 minutes remaining. Coulter tried to steal it, but fouled Sidney Dollar in the process, and we're right at 2 minutes remaining. And, you know, if Maiden's wanting to try to get into the bonus, they still got a ways to go. 4 fouls to get to that point. As the inbounds pass goes and gives it up to Leach, as he's going to try to get it across half court. Under 2 minutes remaining in the ball game now. East Lincoln's up 46-40. Sporn has it on the wing and gives it up to Sidney Dollar. Sidney Dollar creates separation for Coulter, gives it up to Bean. Mason High trying to steal the ball. Lots of contact, no call, and there's finally a foul call on Mason High. Mason was wanting to travel there, but just put a little too much contact on that one.
Maiden's trying to be aggressive because, like you say, not in the 1-and-1 yet for East Lincoln.
They still got a ways to go.
But the refs are slow to call fouls.
Now Leach has the ball. He's being double teamed, gives it up to McClendon, who's at the top of the key. Sidney Dollar has it. Now being guarded by Coulter. Now gets it inside. Wide open John Bean, but shot closely. And now foul call on Boyles, and I mean, actually, no, it's on Boyles. I mean, I don't know if that foul call there, if the way the refs have been calling it the whole game, I don't like that call, the way they've been calling the,
Yeah, it looked like a foul, but there have been a lot of those in this game.
Yeah, I just don't like that they're starting to blow the whistle now if there's on calls like that with the way they've been calling it. But Beans at the Eddie's Auto Parts free throw line. Shot is up and in, and unfortunately for Maiden, they fouled the best free throw shooter on the team. As he makes the first one, can get it up to 8 with this shot here. I could really put it out of reach here. But for this final minute and a half, taking this time, puts the shot up. Off the back iron, no good. But East Lincoln gets the rebound. It was tipped, and McClendon gets it. He's been double teamed, gives it up to Sidney Dollar. Dollar's going to try to go upside the lane, get it in, and it rolls in. That could be the dagger. McDaniel has it. He's going to quickly go across half court, give it to Mason High. Corner three, up and in. And Maine, just like that, gets right back in the ball game. And we'll be right back.
Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At Silver Point Homes in Lincoln, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com to learn more or stop by our Lincoln and Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincoln. The RVer's most trusted resource for over 50 years. That's Campers Inn. Family owned and operated since 1966. And this area's dealer is Campers Inn in Kings Mountain, Highway 161 South at I-85. Campers Inn is the nation's largest family-operated RV dealership with 16 locations on the East Coast. From motorhomes to travel trailers and more, from the industry's leading manufacturers, plus award-winning RV sales and service. See hundreds of RVs at the best prices at Campers Inn. Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain. Tell them Calvin sent you in to the Campers Inn.
Back here as East Lincoln inbounds pass, being guarded a full court press. They lose control of the ball, but they get it back. Now lob pass over to Sidney Dollar, who gives it to McClendon, who's left wide open, goes up for a dunk, but it's blocked by Boyles, who gets all ball. And it's going to still be East ball, though. Still going to be East Lincoln ball. Nice job by Boyles. And McClendon had a far way to go to try to put up that dunk, but Boyles got all ball to avoid the basket and being dunked on. As Leach has the ball now, under a minute to go. Maine's going to have to try and foul now. Now McClendon has it, and I mean, he's being guarded by Casey Lee, who's he almost got a whole foot over, and he gets the shot in, gets the lead back up to 8. Maine's going to have to hustle here. McDaniel put up a 3, being guarded heavily. Off the back iron, no good. Casey Lee, though, fights for the rebound, stays in bounds, gives up to Coulter. 37 seconds remaining. Time's running out. Mason High for 3. Off the back iron, no good, and they get the rebound again. Lee gives it to McDaniels. He fakes the 3. Puts up a wild 3. No good. And they're fighting for the rebound. East Lincoln does get it. Now they do. Sidney Dollar has it.
Oh, finally a foul.
And that probably will do it there. East Lincoln will have to inbounds it here. You just got to worry here with the way this game's been going that it doesn't get too physical in the last 21 seconds. Yes, I mean, Maiden, they played hard and they made East Lincoln earn this one tonight. Unless they have a Reggie Miller in them where they can score 8 points in 21 seconds, this game looks like it's going to be East Lincoln's for the victors. They get the inbounds pass and a quick foul, and that'll send Zirkle to the Andy's Auto Parts free throw line for a 1-and-1. Folks, don't forget to join us for the Weston Sales postgame show, where we'll talk to the Campers Inn player of the game and announce our Subway sub of the game and go down tonight's stats and for the rest of the game as well, and preview next week's games as well. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound. Maiden gets the ball. Coulter has it. He's going to take it up court, but time is running out. As he's going to kick it out to Mason High. Mason High fakes the 3, goes inside, puts a wide layup, and gets it up and in. Good. Maiden not giving up. Coach Anderson's going to call a 30-second timeout. I mean, at this point, you just got to find a way to steal the inbounds pass and get some miraculous shots up and in.
Yeah, you'd have to steal it, hit a 3, and try to get the ball back. Not impossible, but pretty much very unlikely.
It's one of those things where you try so much on that stuff and it never works. It's just like, it's going to be incredibly hard for this to happen. As
the other thing is, if they wanted to, East Lincoln could waste a foul too. So.
Yeah. I mean, they got plenty of fouls to waste, Ken. They only have 2 fouls in this whole half. I think they've had 4 in the whole game. So.
Yep, something like that. And it's been a physical game. I mean, no doubt about that.
It's been a hard, contested game. It's low scoring. It's kind of been that low scoring game that you actually enjoy. It's not really ugly in the terms of just turnovers somewhat, but not completely. So Sidney Dollar is going to inbounds the pass on the baseline here from away from us. All he has to do really is get a clean inbounds pass. And I mean, they're going to give it to Leach, who's now going to go cross court pass, being double teamed. And Coulter gets the inbounds pass, but seconds left. He's going to have to go full court, make a shot. High is not taking a three. I don't know why. And he runs out of time, and that does it. I guess High didn't understand the situation.
No, he should have shot it.
He had to take a three there. Well, that does it. And East Lincoln wins a hard-fought victory, 51-45. We'll come back for the Western Sales postgame show.
2018. That's the year for your new Polaris from Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Check out the 2018 Polaris Slingshot. Track ready and street legal and priced at $28,999. And introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger XP 1000. It's more rugged, more refined, it's more Ranger. Trade in and trade up at Full Throttle Power Sports. Exit 22 off I-85 at 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Most of us understand that without daily attention to our teeth and regular visits to the dentist, painful dental conditions and tooth loss would result. Your dog and cat need dental care too. Most dogs and cats need a dental cleaning at least once, if not twice yearly. And know that November is Dental Month at Lincoln Animal Hospital. Now, if you had your teeth cleaned at the dentist and then didn't brush your teeth at home, what kind of shape do you think your teeth and breath would be in? Yuck. See Lincoln Animal Hospital today or call 704-732-0728.
The Start Something New sales event is underway at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Lincoln. Now's the time to start the new year with a new Ram truck. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months or up to $12,734 in total value on select new 2017 Ram 1500 models. Come on in for all the details and then start something new during the Start Something New sales event underway now at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 1442 East Main Street in Lincoln. Eddie's Auto Parts on East Main Street in Lincoln is now your source for custom wheels and tires. From street to off-road, get your custom wheels and tires now at Eddie's Auto Parts. From mud to racing to street tires with names like Toyo, Mickey Thompson, and Dick Cepek. Get your custom wheels and tires today at Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincoln, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer.
When you want some help from a fellow car lover, it's all in one place, as you'll discover. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby announces their year-end sales event. Get holiday savings across Ford's entire line of 2017 models. Get 0% APR Ford credit financing for 72 months plus $1,000 Ford credit cash. That's right, 0% financing plus $1,000 cash. Offer good on the Focus, C-Max, Fusion, Mustang, Taurus, Edge, Escape, Explorer, Expedition, F-150 trucks, and even the Transit and Transit Connect vans. See dealer for details. Classic Ford Lincoln, 1775 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby. Online at classicfordofshelby.com.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
Let's take a look.
CKDKDS Macron.
Ah, yes, I've seen this before. Your husband has coyote fever.
Coyote fever?
Yes, he's obviously learned of hot deals going on now at your local Coyote tractor dealer.
Is this serious?
Very serious. Now is the best time to buy one of the best-selling tractors on the market. If you care at all about your husband, you'll drive him over to the Coyote dealer now. Oh, and I'm writing you a prescription for deals on all implements, too.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vale.
And back here at East Lincoln High School, this is now the Weston Sales postgame show. A low-scoring victory for the East Lincoln Mustangs, but that doesn't mean it wasn't hard-fought, because it absolutely was. They win this one 51-45 over Maiden, and I mean, Maiden, really sloppied it up in terms of just playing aggressive defense, and add on to that the refs were really letting them play. No light fouls, really. It just culminated in this low-scoring defensive ball game here tonight.
Yes, it was, and East Lincoln led most of the way, but they never could really shake Maiden. They come out the second half and went to double digits, but it didn't stay that long. That lead didn't stay that way long. The third quarter ended with East Lincoln up by 10, 41-31, and you see for the final score here, 51-45. Maiden didn't give up. They just never could catch them.
Yeah, and might as well go ahead and get the LincolnCounty.com stat sheet for both teams. Let's see how players from both teams did tonight.
Let's go with the Maiden, Vista Maiden Blue Devils first. Leading scorer for them tonight was a guy off the bench. Mason High had 15 points. Caleb McDaniel had 13. Josh Coulter had 8. And 3 points each for Avery Bowles, Luke Laney, and Mike Cook. And for the East Lincoln Mustangs, the leading scorer was Sidney Dollar. He had 14. John Beam finished with 12. Colson Leach had 10. Alden Horn off the bench had 7. Kavian McClendon had 5. And Ben Zirkle had 3. And that's a total for East Lincoln.
All right, we're going to give away the Subway sub of the game. And Ken, you needed some scoring off the bench, definitely with a game like this, and you got some late down the stretch with a guy like Alden Horn tonight.
Yes, and he played very well off the bench. He had 7 points, and on the other side of the ledger for Maiden, Mason High had 15 points. So both those guys played well, but I think we'll give the Subway sub of the game to Mason High for the Maiden Blue Devils with 15 points off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, he was really the only scorer besides, McDaniel for Maiden that really had any big contributions for tonight's game for the Blue Devils. And honestly, I think what we've learned from this Maiden team is this is probably a coach's worst nightmare for a playoff game, if you know.
Yeah, because you can't really shake them, and they may look a little ugly out there, but they play hard. He uses a lot of players, and it's hard to get away from them. You just sort of stick in the game.
Yeah, so we'll take another quick timeout here on the Weston Sales post-game show. When we'll come back, we'll have our interview with our Campers Inn player of the game. Be sure to keep on listening here on WLON 1050 AM.
The Orange Opportunity Sales Event is underway at Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Come in now and ask about 0% financing for 84 months on select Kubota tractors with a big 6-year warranty. Come on in for all the details, and don't miss it. The Orange Opportunity Sales Event underway now at Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive off the Oak Grove Road and Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain. The new year brings new big savings from Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. Get up to $9,000 in total value on the new 2018 GMC Sierra 1500 4-wheel drive crew cab with SLT Premium Plus package. Plus drive away in a new 2017 Buick Envision, now at $7,500 below MSRP. And the new 2018 Kia Stinger has arrived at only $299 per month for a 36-month lease. And get the 2018 Honda Fit for $169 a month for 36 months. See Ronaldo for all the details. Ronaldo Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at RonaldoAutomall.com.
And welcome back here to the Weston Sales Stadium postgame show. Being now joined by our Campers Inn player of the game, Sidney Dollar. Congratulations, Sidney, on the big win tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Now, tonight it was kind of a slugfest. Both teams were really playing down. There weren't many foul calls in the game tonight. How did you adjust to, the refs letting you guys play in tonight's game?
We just played our game. We didn't want to play at their pace, so we picked up our pace. And we just got the dub.
And now, I mean, you guys have been on a tear since this new year started. The last loss was against your coach's former team, Mallard Creek, in the Winter Jam here at East Lincoln. I mean, these last few weeks, what has really turned a notch on this team to you guys really taking that next step?
Just getting in the gym, getting more shots up, taking it more serious in practice. Just every day like it's our last. And so we've been getting better.
And now, you know, if that win last week against Lincolnton, you got the conference lead, and you were able to keep it tonight with a big win over Maiden. I mean, you know, going into this last week of the conference, it's basically all you guys have to do is win out, and you shouldn't have to worry about anything, and you'll take the regular season title. How much would that mean for you guys to get that regular season conference title?
Well, last year came up short in the conference championship, and that really hurt us all. So this year we've just been focusing on that, and that's the main goal for right now.
Now, one more question before you go here. These last few weeks, everyone's been taking notice for you for all these spectacular dunks you've had. I mean, you know, people have been saying that you're better than Cameron already, you know, with all these dunks you've been doing and stealing the show. I mean, doing all these windmill dunks, 360 dunks, have they really gained confidence for you in the way you play your game?
To be honest, yeah. I like when I dunk it, I just get the crowd into it, and that's what sets the tempo to me. And just go out there and have fun.
All right, Sydney. Well, we'll see you down the line, possibly in the we'll see you in the conference tournament. We'll see you in the playoffs most likely, and we want to wish you the best throughout the rest of the season. Congrats on the game tonight, and we'll see you sometime later.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's Sydney Dollar, our Campers Inn player of the game, at 14 points tonight, and a tremendous win, 51-45 over Maiden, and that's able for them to at least keep a game up on the conference lead. I mean, if Lincolnton lost tonight, which we're trying to find out, that's really the score we're looking at here, that would make it a 2-game separation, and all East has to do, I think, would win Tuesday night, and they would win the conference outright. So we're trying to get onto that before we go off the air. If the game isn't final, well, we'll get that for our Saturday morning sports talk. But final thoughts on tonight's game here, Ken. You know, this is the first time you've seen Maiden play this year.
Well, it's a hard-fought game, and Maiden's a very scrappy team. They may not be quite as talented as some teams, but they really play hard. They're well coached, and they're outmanned a little bit inside with the talent that East Lincoln had in there, but they never gave up, and it was still a 6-point game at the end. So I'm impressed at how hard they play with the guys they have.
Well, next week, folks, that'll do it for us this week. But next week, we'll end the regular season with a big game that right now the 2 and 3 teams, as that might be a battle for second place if East Lincoln can close out business on Tuesday or Friday, which looking at their schedule, they probably will unless something happens. It'll be Maiden hosting Lincolnton. And, folks, the last time that game happened, it was a barn burner with Maiden losing a close one to Lincolnton, who edged out the victory. But this time, Lincolnton has to go to Maiden.
Yeah, it should be a great game. And in the girls' contest, Maiden and Lincoln, that'll also be an important game with Maiden.
That probably will be for the regular season conference tournament championship.
So,
yeah.
We'll bring the boys' game to you, and the fourth quarter, they'll probably, if it's a close game, you may hear a little bit of the girls' game next week as Evan and Tim Johnson will bring it to you on WLON.
I could not find a score for the Lincoln Charter Lincolnton game. We'll bring you that tomorrow on Campers Inn Sports Talk. You listen from 8 to 10 on WCSL and WLON, and also on YouTube.com. Don't forget the Best in Sports show on WCSL every Wednesday from 4 to 5. Ken Leake and Tim Johnson will be at to discuss some of the games that happened Friday and some of the games that happened the night before, as we're almost getting time for playoffs here in basketball. And, of course, Ken, it's almost your favorite time of the year.
Getting closer to baseball.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, you'll have the pitchers and catchers reporting in Major League Baseball, and that's my favorite time of the year. So
still a lot of free agents on the board in the
there
MLB.
There is
yeah.
a lot of good free agents.
Yeah, and, you know, looking at baseball around here, we should have another great year. I mean, you got Cherryville, you got East Lincoln, Lincolnton with Cowie. West Lincoln should be back to what they have been in the past few years. Of course, this North Lincoln team's been pretty good in 3A, so we'll see what the baseball team brings in 2A. So we should have a very stacked South Fork 2A baseball conference.
Should very well.
All right, that does our broadcast for tonight. The final, once again, East Lincoln wins 51-45. Be sure to tune in to us next week at around 7 o'clock, where I and Tim Johnson will bring you coverage of Maiden hosting Lincolnton. We hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
Celebrating 50 years. It's the Glen Oaks Golf Club. Hard to think how many birdies have been made over those years, and oh yeah, how many double bogeys too.